Have you heard the noise? Have you seen some of the millions, billions, trillions of cicadas? It's summertime. There's two kinds of cicadas. There are annuals that come out every year, and then there are periodicals. And in that periodical group, they only come out every so many years. And this year, there are two groups of periodicals that emerge. The 13-year group called Brood XIX and the 17-year group called Brood XIII. This is the first time this has happened since 1803 that both these groups have come out at the same time. Thomas Jefferson was a president. If you're wondering if you're going to watch this happen again, most likely not, because it's not going to happen for another 221 years. These cicadas are less than 2 inches long, and they spend the majority of their life underground feeding on sap from tree roots. And then when their time comes, they tunnel to the surface. They get to the surface so that they can reach maturity, so that they can have a month-long noisy search for a mate. They only come out, they only come up when the surface, the soil gets about 64 degrees. And it takes them a while. It takes a while for everything to happen because they have to dry out. They have to get their wings. They have to fly to the treetops to avoid the predators. They emerge, they mate, they molt, and then they die. It's about a 6-week process. And in that 6-week process, there's a lot happening. There's a lot going on. They're so small, but what a noise they make. Up to 100 decibels per cicada. That's the sound of a motorcycle or a jackhammer from a little insect that's less than 2 inches long. And they'll be gone in all likelihood by July 1st. So what do cicadas have to do with the Bible? What does that have to do with the Word of God? They're here and then they're gone. What about James chapter 4 and verse 14? What is your life? It's but a vapor that appears for a little time and then it vanishes away. We're all on a journey too, a relatively short journey that one day will be gone as well. Those cicadas, they're hard to ignore with their noise. They are hard to ignore. But as Christians, it's not about being noisy, but it's about being able to let our light shine. It's about being able to be beneficial and helpful to other people. Long ago, Solomon said in the Proverbs in chapter 6 and verse 6, "Go to the ant, consider her ways, and be wise." We can go to the cicada, and we can see their process, and we can see how that they reproduce, and we can see how they have a plan for life, and how it takes time for maturity. It takes time for maturity in our life. And we can see from the cicada, we can see the amazing nature of God. All this doesn't happen just by accident. All this doesn't happen that it accidentally gets 64 degrees at the surface. But this is all the design of an amazing, wonderful God. Not evolution, not some big bang that caused all this, but an awesome creator. Have you heard the cicadas lately?